All right, I promised myself I was going to tone back the videos, but just wanted to do a quick undercarriage video of my 95 F-150. Again, the truck is so rust-free, incredibly solid. Miles are at 147,000. Again, 351 automatic transmission on here. What an absolute pleasure to drive. The truck has so much more torque than the 302, and honestly, and in my opinion, the straight six too. This is only my second 351 truck, and I just find it to be so much more enjoyable than the other two engine options on these F-150s. Again, no bubbling. Truck does wear its original paint. Runs and drives spectacularly well. You do occasionally, I think I mentioned this in one of the earlier videos, but I just want to make sure I talk about it. You do occasionally get a check engine light on this truck saying that it's running rich. It's an O2 sensor related code. But as you can see from the tailpipe, the truck isn't running rich. And so even after replacing the O2 sensor, it still does this occasionally. So I'm going to be honest, I don't know. These OBD1 computers baffle me sometimes. So someone out there is probably like, oh, hey, I know what that is. You know, I had this on my truck. So just know that if you live in a state, you know, where they're still checking emissions on a 95, you might have to get that fixed. But again, the most important thing to me is that someone knows that, hey, look, this truck is not running rich. There's absolutely nothing. I mean, I got a little bit there, but just totally normal. So anyways, hey, let's go underneath this truck. This is where it really shines, literally and figuratively. I'm a former teacher, sorry. Nice and rust-free under here. Truck is out of Arkansas originally, and I bought it from a guy down in Oklahoma. This is exactly what I was looking for, was just a southern daily driver. I didn't want to have to screw around with Midwest trucks if something went wrong. I really enjoy being able to turn bolts with a ratchet and not have to grab the impact every time like we do with vehicles from around here. But I've had the truck now a couple of years. I gotta look at the paperwork, maybe 2.5 years. And it's just not being driven as often as I guess I'd like. I did put about 20,000 miles on it or so. Okay, can I keep the camera straight here? What the heck am I doing? But again, just want to show how nice and solid the floors are. The rockers are gorgeous on this truck. You can see some of the other replaced parts. And we talked about in other videos. I was just taking a peek at the radius arm bushings. The front shocks too, rear shocks. As we're going around the truck, something else worth noting too is it is optioned out really nicely. It does have the heavy-duty rear sway bar on it. I think they call that like the sport handling package or something. It does make a nice difference though. I've enjoyed having that. And again, you know, it has some cool interior options. That like split bucket seat option is kind of cool on the truck, and I keep showing the passenger side. It's like I'm avoiding this driver's side, and I'm not. Auto dimming rear view mirror on this truck. Just it's optioned out really slick, almost like a Bronco. You know, with the 351 and stuff in it too. Fuel filter's been done a couple times. I did it when I first bought the truck, and then again this summer. Moving up to the front. Front end is nice and tight on the truck. I do think these are original ball joints on it. The only reason I think they're original is that the factory ones didn't have Zerk fittings. And I'd like to think that if someone stuck ball joints on here, they'd put ball joints on it that can be greased. I don't know. Maybe they wouldn't. Allergies are bugging me here. I got the sniffles. That's about it. I really wanted you to be able to see the undercarriage of this truck and just see how nice and rust free it is. Yeah, you know, it has some marks on the body, but then you don't have to be afraid to use it too. You know, I keep thinking that the truck would be so perfect for a contractor again. You know, if a guy is running a small business, this is something that that he or she would be really proud to show up to a house in. It's still, you know, a sharp looking truck that isn't going to cost you $1 million. I swear, I just looked at new ones over the weekend. I stopped at a lot, and the new Chevy 3/4 tons are 50 grand. A work truck, $50,000. I was like, holy mackerel. So that's kind of what I have in mind with this one, is maybe a contractor, maybe a kid's first truck. Man, I would have been proud to have this in high school. So again, I know I'm long-winded. That's how it goes. But the truck is really, really sharp. She's a looker. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm always happy to help. Take care.